One of the themes that we keep hearing over and over is that teams are being asked to do more with less. And we've seen that in our own business. The awesome part about marketing automation is that it can fill the gap where humans simply can't. It is available 24/7. It never gets tired. It never stops looking for its thing. It doesn't get bored and forget to hit the button when it needs to, anything like that. And so one of the things that I really believe is amazing with the technology that we're developing today is that we are empowering small businesses to act like big businesses with maybe even very small teams simply because of the technology that's at their fingertips and available for them at any point in time through simply a click of their mouse. So I think that a lot of times when people think about marketing automation or email marketing, they think about personalization as just using someone's first name. And it goes way beyond that. You can customize the time of sending. You can customize the images that are in the email based on data that you have within your system. You can customize all kinds of things that would equal personalization. All that I think of when I think about personalization is how do I make the brand or the marketing message feel human? How do I make it feel like I'm sending a message to that person individually as opposed to 1,000 other people at the same time with the exact same message? So as you think about marketing automation, as you think about personalization, I would encourage you to think about that strategy right away. Think about how you want your brand to feel and sound and even visually look like to the individual that you're talking to, as opposed to just the mass audience. So as you think about a personalization strategy, it can be really intimidating, and I get that. So what I would encourage you to think about is what is your top 3 to 5 things that would make someone feel included in your messaging, that would make someone connect to your brand. See how that works for you. Experiment with it. And therefore, you're learning things about your audience, you're trying to be relevant, you're using personalization, but you're not letting yourself go down the rabbit hole so far that it's completely overwhelming and you want to give up. I had a brand that I was following for a while and I really liked it. In fact, I wanted to buy from it, but I couldn't quite get myself to pull the trigger. But then after a while, I got so tired of it, I actually ended up unsubscribing from them altogether, blocking all of their ads, because every time I got messaging for their clothing, it was for a demographic that I didn't fall into. And so everything that I was seeing was not clothing that I would ever wear or want to wear because I wasn't a part of that audience. Sometimes though, people can get used to just doing the same old thing, not trying new things. And that can actually hurt them. I remember once working with a customer many years ago, and they were not following best practices for sending habits. So they were sending out hundreds of thousands of emails to hundreds of thousands of people multiple times a day. And when they came on board, I said, this is a really bad practice. You could hurt your domain reputation. You could hurt your sendability, your deliverability for sure. And they said, we know, but we can't stop because we've been told not to. And I think it's a really great example. This was a really big company. They had, again, hundreds of thousands, and they were sending millions, tens of millions of emails a month. Yet they refused to follow best practice because they understood that in today's world, it made them some money. The problem is that they probably hurt themselves down the long term, much, much worse than the money that they were making in that day. So when I think about some of the things that people get wrong about marketing automation, first and foremost is that it has to be complicated in order to be successful. I think some of the best automations that I've ever built for my company or that I've seen our customers build for themselves are oftentimes 1 or 2-step automations that take minutes to build. It doesn't take days, it doesn't take weeks, it takes minutes, and yet it adds incredible value and impact to their business almost immediately.